Thank you for listening to today's episode of Medical Device Global Market Access by Pure Global. Many manufacturers who achieve the significant milestone of Shonin approval in Japan often ask what it takes to enter the European market. While securing approval under Japan's Pharmaceutical and Medical Devices Act, or PMD Act, is a major accomplishment, it is not a direct passport to receiving a CE mark under the EU's Medical Device Regulation, or MDR. Today, we will explore the critical gaps that must be addressed. First, let's consider the regulatory foundations. Japan's PMD Act is a robust system, but the EU MDR, which became fully applicable on May 26, 2021, introduced a more demanding lifecycle approach. While your quality management system, or QMS, compliant with Japan's MHLW Ordinance No. 169 is an excellent start, it must be fully aligned with ISO 1348-2016 to meet the EU's baseline. The MDR's requirements for the QMS are more extensive and deeply integrated into all aspects of regulatory compliance. The most significant gap is often the technical documentation. Japan's required STED, or Summary Technical Documentation, file is comprehensive, but it cannot be simply repurposed for the EU. The EU MDR requires a complete technical documentation file, as outlined in Annex 2 and 3. This file demands a far more detailed Clinical Evaluation Report, or CER. The CER is not a one-time report, but a living document, continuously updated with data from post-market surveillance and post-market clinical follow-up, known as PMCF. The clinical data sufficient for Japanese approval often serves only as a starting point for the more rigorous European requirements. Another key difference is post-market surveillance, or PMS. Japan's Good Vigilance Practice, or GVP, is thorough. However, the EU MDR mandates a proactive and systematic PMS system. For devices in Class 2A and higher, this includes the creation of a Periodic Safety Update Report, or PSUR. This report requires a continuous reevaluation of the device's risk-benefit profile based on post-market data, which is a significant undertaking not explicitly required in the same way for a Shonin approval. Finally, the key roles are different. In Japan, the Marketing Authorization Holder, or MAH, legally holds the market approval. In the EU, the manufacturer retains ownership, but if based outside the EU, must appoint an EU Authorised Representative. Furthermore, the MDR introduced the role of the person responsible for regulatory compliance, or PRRC, who has specific legal responsibilities for overseeing the compliance of the device. In summary, while your Japanese approval demonstrates a commitment to quality and safety, achieving a CE mark under the MDR requires a dedicated project to bridge these critical gaps in documentation, clinical evidence, and post-market activities. If your company needs assistance navigating the transition from one major market to another, we invite you to contact Pure Global. Our experts specialize in creating efficient pathways for global market access. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.